Drop it.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing? How are you doing? All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Good morning, team. Diamond, how you doing? Terica, good morning. Peppa Sylvia, good morning. Okay, paper trading MES on this move up. Morning, all. Yeah, pretty rad move here. Good morning, team. Richard, Connor, uh, Death's Touch. Good morning. Caleb, what's good? How you guys doing? All right. Now, today I want to do something a little different. It's gonna be live stream day trade live stream, but we're gonna sort of kind of like break things down for you guys, right? And if you want, I'll include this video in Gabe's corner for you guys to recap. Okay. Now, let's get right into it. Damn it, I need my coffee. I've been up too early, guys, so sorry. I'm drowsy as hell. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So, let's go. Mr. Bobo candles today, John. So sorry. All right. So, let's get right into it. Okay, what do you guys see? Just a chart with a bunch of candles going up. Ooh, what's this? What's this? All right, I'm gonna break things down to you guys so you understand how we do things here. Okay. Now, first up, we're gonna go ahead and unleash BJ key levels. Now, to find BJ key levels, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna type in Jorgum key levels, right? That's right here, Jorgum key levels. Now, this is a public indicator that we use here with Trade 1348. It is not part of our invite only scripts. You guys see that there, right? And hopefully you guys have updated to the all new Titan trade information that's actionable now. All right, Houston, good morning. So let's go ahead and turn on our Jorgum key levels here. Okay, Tyler, good morning. As you can see here, we have it's once you take away, right, some of the indicators that we have here, you have somewhat a very clean slate, right? And what I'm trying to drive home here is, as you can see here on the 5 minute, all levels are to be respected. A lot of you guys say, which level is the most important? You say you got a double stuff layer here, right? A level. You could see it definitely got respected, caused consolidation. All levels to be respected. We come up here, we get a test, we get another test, finally a breakthrough. Stair step, get a test, get another test, finally a breakthrough, right? And you could see how every level is respected. Danger Merchant, good morning. Okay. Now, that's step number one. That's to demystify the concept that goes on in our community and probably in other discords as well. What levels are the strongest levels? All of them. All right. Now let's go and check out the settings that I have here because this is a question that comes up all the time. So my zones, my look left is set to 75. Take a screenshot of this, please. My look right is set to 10. My number of pivots is set to 2. Now, by default, I believe it's set to 4, and if you set it to 4, it looks, a little crowded, okay? Actually did an update here. Let me go back. Either way, I have it set to 2, okay? Next step, align zones, extend right, show level labels. That's pretty much it, okay? I'm gonna click OK. Now, let's go to 1348 Legends. Now, before I enable it, what I want to do is go back to the basics with you guys, right? Let's go back to the basics. Let me click OK. Now, what we essentially have here is the 1348 cross, right? And this is your trend. This is your dominant trend. This is the general trend of which you will want to play 100% of the time. The trend is your friend. Okay. So that's what 1348 is. Now let's zoom in here. You see, you get a 1348 cross here. This is your friend. All right. All right. Now I know you guys are excited, printing money. So cool. But this needs to be a refresher. This needs to help you guys out here. So when you're taking these trends, the trend is your friend here. And it is very, very, very important. Do you want to trade against this trend? No. Do you want to trade against this trend? No. Right. You guys see that there? Do you want to trade against this trend? No. This trend? No. This trend? No. You don't want to trade against the trend. Okay. So let's get back to present time here. And let's go ahead and introduce some more indicators here. So we've already established that the trend is your friend and you don't want to trade against it. Great. Now, uh, let's see. Collins says, I thought you disappeared. New platform from OTV. Fall back or they come up. All right, now teach me something new. Well, stay tuned, buddy. Okay, so we also have levels here that accompany your Jordan key levels. All right, something to be aware of. All levels shall be respected. Now, when we go back over to the settings here, we can then enable the cloud. We can then enable the traffic light ribbon. Now, the traffic light ribbon, what is this? Okay, what is this? Well, we're going to get into that in a second. So, the traffic light ribbon, boys and girls, is basically the average of your candles. Okay, this should give you confidence within the trend. This is your ribbon. Think of it as almost like Heikinashi, right? Whereas Heikinashi would fake you out right here on this side, you have your ribbon staying strong and keeping you in the play. Okay, so what's an ideal situation? An ideal situation is green ribbon with the trend and just having confidence that you're playing with the trend and not against the trend, because playing against the trend is what would qualify you as being a contrarian trader, and those type of people tend to either hit it big or blow it fast. You don't want to do that. Okay, very rare do you find that a river, right, or water flows uphill. Now, there's an exception in Antarctica. I looked this up before came up with this analogy. But for the most part, the greater force is gravity. The greater force in your trades is the trend. Always. Okay? Always. So instead of focusing on trying to be right or front running, always focus on where you are relative to the trend. Build your thesis off the trend. This is why we have a concept called rim job, where we wait for price action to come back to the 13 because retracements are healthy. We come back to the 13 and then we have a continuation, right? That's what we saw here in this doom candle. I mean, erections don't last forever. Okay, now we got that squared away. Awesome. Now, the image says I'm a contrarian thinker, so that's one reason I've struggled to follow the system. Constantly unlearning bad habits. Well, you're human. You're human, so you're contrarian by default. Okay. Um, Sometimes we try to apply logic to the market, and as they say, the market will remain irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So don't try to rationalize with the market. Just do as it's telling you to do. Now, our flagship product, Titan. Trade information that's actionable now. We often talk about A setups being the stronger setups. Now, of course, you got the B setups for those contrarian views, and you got the B setups for, uh, these nosedive down, and there is opportunity there. But the B setup will almost always lead you into an A setup. So, what do we have here? Well, we have a trade designed to the downside, but we have the trend to the upside. I would much rather wait for an A setup. Is there opportunity to make money? Sure. As you guys know, B setups can fail at EMAs, or B setups can turn into A setups when, in fact, the shift of trend occurs. Now, how do you know when that shift of trend occurs? You will begin to see something like this. Let me go circle where your ribbon tapers out. That's what you're looking for, right? If you're getting a B setup that is leading into the ribbon tapering out, that is an additional level of confirmation for you on that B setup. It still requires you to have balls of steel. It still requires you to have an exit plan. But these are things that you look for, okay? And this is what makes the ribbon so useful. So let's get back to present time. Let me stop drawing on my chart like some degenerate. Okay, so what we have clearly is a very strong ribbon. We do not see any tapering and we see the cloud. All right, now we could go ahead and deploy capital to try to make money on this just to the 13, or we could wait for the A setup. Okay, CL is a good example. Ribbon flipped. You giant magnets over here. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so you guys get that, right? So 1348 with Titan is, in fact, the easiest, simplest trading system out there. We've spent years making sure that is the case. But in order for you guys to understand and appreciate its simplicity, you really have to understand what the ribbon is, 1348 cloud is, and just basic principles of respecting levels. You do that, you'll be a profitable trader, right? Now, I made $37,000 this morning. and I posted it in the community. What was my thesis? This. I traded the trend. That's it. That's all I did. Okay. Wreck It Ralph, good morning, sir. The trend. Okay. So, moving along, what do we have here with Titan? Again, trade information that's actionable. Now, what we have is basically a breakdown. And if we go into Titan, we can set our max loss per trade. For most of you, that number is going to be between 100 and 300 as you're attempting to pass your evaluations, and or if you have portfolios that are about $5,000. You want to try to utilize just 1% of your capital per trade. So if you have a $5,000 account, your max loss per trade would only be 50, which means you do not qualify for mini futures. You would qualify for micro futures that would fit your budget. Now, if you have a $50,000 account, then your max loss per trade would be 500 or 1%. Once again, utilizing 1% of your port per trade protects you, and it keeps you in the game long enough to be profitable. That is it, right? The reason why people bounce around from system to system, indicator to indicator, maybe even walk away from trading as a whole is because they blow up their account, right? And I mean, let's be honest, you could blow up an account in a week, you could blow it up in a day. Now, dealing with that type of PTSD, it takes a special type of person to say, all right, that's my tuition, right? But for most people, they'll just say, no, I'm never doing this shit again. Market's manipulated, right? So, what you want to do is size your positions at 1% and small enough so that you can allow the data to be in your favor over time. That is it. Okay. You want to build wealth? We can build wealth. Now, we also need a mindset adjustment. Some of you are trading for income. I get it. Question is, are you okay, even if you are making enough for income and to pay your bills, are you ever going to realize the potential of compounded gains and financial freedom long term, right? Essentially, what you're doing right now is putting a band aid on your life. That's all you're doing. And you're putting more pressure on your board. And then it forces you to take more trades, unnecessary trades, right? Because you're just putting your portfolio under too much pressure. Okay. Portfolios exist to build wealth, not to pay bills. When you build the wealth, you can then pay the bills. All right. That's just the honest truth. That is the honest truth. So, anyways, going back to this here, want to share a little fun fact for you guys. If you were to set your take profits here, let's say to 1.5, then 2, then 2.5, then 3, so on and so forth. Right? We'll change this to 4. Click OK. Your stop loss is going to travel in those increments for you. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that your stop loss is traveling in whole increments, right? So you could go ahead and also half step this. And the reason why we have this here and allowing you to half step it is because I get it. For some people, you're still nervous wrecks and you want to show profitability. That's fine. You still need reps in this game, right? To have full confidence in what this is. But you have the tools at your disposal, all right, to be able to trade profitably. Very, very, very simple stuff here. Okay. We're giving you the number of contracts based on your loss. We're giving you where to place your stop as the candles progress down. We're giving you a target of how much you're going to make. So when you're entering a trade, boys and girls, you're going to have to eye a target and just accept it. Matthew Kermish? Yeah, you should, right? Wealth is built through multiple streams of income, right? I mean, it's day traders, when they hit it big, obviously they're going to go ahead and take that money and diversify it and put it into other businesses that let them make money. Because this is a stressful job, right? There does come a point where burnout will set in and you're like, oh, I got to do this every day, right? For me, I deal with those struggles every day because I'm a professional trader. Some of you in the Discord will say, congratulations, Gabe, on your gains. But that's my job. I treat this as a profession, right? So it's a little different. It's not congratulations. It's, oh, Gabe's just doing his job. When you follow a system like this, you will find that you'll have more green days than red days, and red days will just surprise you. And you're like, what did I miss? All right. So moving along, we're going to answer another question here, the check marks. Now, a lot of you have asked in Market Talk, which check mark is which? And there is no particular order, okay? No particular order. We got 4 check marks here. One, we'll go ahead and check and see if Titan is in agreement with the other indicators. So as it stands right now, Titan and RSI are in disagreement with Heikin-Ashi and Parabolic SAR. So that's why we only have 2 green boxes here. That's going to illustrate Heikin-Ashi and Parabolic SAR. We're still waiting for these agreements here. Okay. Your job is to identify the trend and identify the best potential for the pivot, right? In this example here, we see the best potential for the pivot is to the upside because we have a 50-50 chance of going short. So we don't have a 100% chance. And it looks like Titan wants to go with the trend. Okay. So that is it. Do you trust this blindly? No. Always look at your indicators for context. When you do this enough times, you will find that you will be trading stress-free and become more profitable. Would I wait for a break of day high? No, I would not. I would not. As soon as a trade design prints for me and it gives me an entry point, that's what I'm going for. So that is a breakdown on what this is. Very, very simply. That's it, guys. So we got position sizing here. If you guys are looking at your chart, you see we got 3 contracts to the upside. We have our stop loss and we got 3 check marks. Here, I'm simply going to set my entry point. Now, I'm not going to buy 25. Sorry, guys. I do trade large. I'm going to go ahead and play with the suggested contract size. And I'm going to place my order there. I'm going to buy it. So all I'm doing now is saying if price gets to this point, I'll go ahead and buy it. And since we have day highs here, which is pretty close to 1-to-1, I'll go ahead and set my stop at a 1-to-1. Wait, that's actually the wrong one. Sorry, guys. This is my limit. I got to set a limit. There you go. And that's it. My trade is now set. If I don't get filled, I don't take the trade. Now, setting up where you want to get filled will keep you guys from chasing into a candle. Some of you guys will see a candle running, market order. You're chasing it. By the time you get in it, it just pulls back against you. So you want to start your trade with a plan, and this is a plan. Now, I also need a plan for the downside here because it's flickering. Ideally, probably going to bounce off that 13 there, right? But you still want a plan for the downside. My thoughts at RSI at this level, yes, it's overcooked, but let me introduce you guys to something called the 4 hour. Now, we just talked about trading with the trend. By the way, this 4 hour design just printed ridiculously. But the 4 hour, we have a 1348 cross. We also have a green ribbon. The daily, we have a break of the 24, and the trend will be confirmed on the daily should we get a break of the 48 there. But as it stands right now, according to Titan, we are bullish and just broke the 200 EMA. So the larger time frames are saying bull. The 5 minute 1348 cross is saying bull. So you guys are eyeing your A setups to the upside. That's simple. Okay. Do not trade against the trend. Of course, you're going to see opportunity for the quick scalp down, but it is what it is. Okay. Keep it simple. Know what your trend is, follow the trend, and play the setups that go with the trend. Manage your stops. You will be profitable. Very simple. It is very, very simple. Of course, respect your levels. Little refresher for you guys. Hope you guys find it useful. This ribbon here, this is what's going to keep you out of a lot of trouble. I promise you. So we have a trade to the downside here, 2 contracts. We're going to go ahead and we're going to set an entry here, right? Let's get right down there. Let's see if we get an order filled. We have not. Once I get an order filled, all right, there we go. Now I set my stops. Now I have an expectation that we probably will come down to the 24 there. We'll just wait and see. right? Now, the sooner I can get my stop to break even so I can not worry about the trade, the better. Okay. Let's see. We're about, I'd like to see a point away, one whole point away before I start dragging my stop there, right? At this point, I'm going to drag it halfway through. If it stops me out, stops me out. So my entry was 42.9825. All right, 429725. There we go. Protect my entry. Now I'm looking at the 24 there. Okay. Now, guys, if I'm wrong, I'm okay with being wrong. It's costing me nothing to be in this trade right now. I know I'm going against the trend. So if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. But here we go. Coming down to that 24. We'll just wait and see. Keep it really simple, guys. If I get stopped out, no harm, no foul. Lost very little money. Very little money. So up 150. I want you guys to also consider it in another way. In this example, okay, 2 contracts. I'm in 3. But the way I'm looking at this trade is I risked 400 to possibly make 200, 50% of my money, right? Wreck-It Ralph. He's he's like, be safe out there. There you go, 300. It's 300. Let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and do this. I'll take, I'll move my stop. I'm wondering if I should just take profit at the 24 because that is our rule. This day is not for beginners. Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, we know. We know today is not for beginners. That's why I got to teach them. So, what we see there with the 24 is that sensitivity. It's a coin flip at that point, right? Do I want to be profitable? Yeah. So, I'll just close position. That's it. Too much sensitivity at that 24. I would have gotten stopped out anyways. Had the opportunity to make 300. Where else in the world are you going to have an opportunity to make $300 in minutes? Unless you got a nice ass, big tits, great body, work the pole, you're not making $300 in minutes. You're just not. So, with a system like this, guys, I mean, you put yourself in a position to change your life. Absolutely. Put yourself in a position to change your life. Now, as it stands, that was a good call. Saw sensitivity at the 24. We're going against the trend. It wasn't ready. Cool. I was still profitable in a trade that is not ideal. Now we wait for an A setup and see if we can make money that way too. That's it. No Fibonacci retracements, no trend lines, no abandoned babies, no you know recall, no memory recall and candlestick setups. None of this. It's just moving averages, EMAs, levels, entries, and risk, and going with the trend. Really, really simple. The only times you guys will fuck this up is when your greed overrides what you see. That is the only time you will fuck this up, right? Wreck It Ralph, you're on some skies falling shit today, bro. You okay? But I see what you mean there, Wreck It Ralph. Yeah. Wreck It Ralph is expecting a rug pull, a major rug pull. Aren't you, sir? Let's see why. We just broke out of this zone, and remember that 200 there, guys? Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour, hitting his head up here with the 200 right above it. And you have a zone right here. Look at this zone. We're going to go ahead and draw that out. Ooh, you are right in the zone. I think the biggest difference is just the aggressive run. Good point, Wreck-It Ralph. He says, I know how people think. They will oversize, and if they make bank today, they would do it on other days and get burned. Good point. Do I prefer futures more than options? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 100%. 100%. Let me see. Uh, Let me log in. Now, I started the week with 50,000. My port now is 103,000. Not bad. It's Thursday, so I'm up 53,000. And I'm going to go to reports. I'm actually going to run it and look at my performance. I only won 52.38% of my trades, but I made $37,000 today. Well, this morning, just following the trend. Not bad. My win rate, though. You know what? I feel like my win rate with options was much higher because I was trading for 7%. Um, with futures, you're protecting your entry. Okay. What time did I start? I want to say by like 6 in the morning. It's like 6 in the morning when I started. Um, I do get stopped out a lot, and I'm okay with it. Guys, I get stopped out a lot. That's when my win rate sucks. Well, at least compared to with options. But 52%, I'll take that. We're all going to be a 50% trader. Over time, that's what we average out to. Right? So don't get blown away by those guys or like I'm an 80% trader, I'm a 100% trader because that's not sustainable. Not sustainable whatsoever. Gabe, how do you feel about using the lower time frame for after hours futures price action? I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't want to get chopped up in volatility with all the additional noise on the 1 minute. Remember, the larger the time frame, the stronger the move, and it applies to pre-market, market hours, after hours. You always want to get a zoomed out view of what you're trading in. The 1 minute doesn't do that for me. Now, if you're a scalper and you're just going to scalp the piss out of it, hey, that's your strategy. Make it work for you. For me, there's too much money going in and out. I can't do that. Um, so looks like as it stands here, let's take a look at this market. We have an A setup. Remember we were back in this design there? It looks like I missed it. Fuck. Let me see if I get a little bit of a retracement. So I could get in there. I need to get in there. Get me in there. All right. Got a little bit of a retracement there. So not chasing the candle at all. We'll wait to see if she comes up and we get another boom. See if we break day highs. That's my thesis. Again, I'm not chasing into the candle. As you can see, this happens to be a level of resistance. You got 1, 2, 3, 3 wicks, 3 touch points right here, right? We'll find out. ES trade design to the upside. Yeah, we're here. I'm waiting for it. This is the same trade design that I was waiting for the last time, and it didn't give it to me. And then it gave me a B setup. So then I played the B setup. If I concentrated on A setups, would that improve risk to reward? Ideally, it should because you're going with the trend. But it does not mean that you just get to hold 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1. No. You're still going to raise your stops, move your stops up, okay? So this looks like consolidation here. It really doesn't want it, although the trend is still to the upside. I get a fill, I set my stop, that's it. I don't get a fill, I play it back down, secure the bag, that's it. We keep it really simple here. So it looks like the market's made its move. And then we have, I like 3-1, makes sense mathematically, but price action has no obligation to hit 3-1. So make sure you're moving your stops to secure the bag. Price action has no obligation. Doesn't care if you want a 3-1. Get a 3-1. God bless you. Gave you more than you deserve. So back to the chart. What's happening here? Nothing's happening. I'm not in the play. Um, aren't you glad you wait for your entries and you don't chase? Otherwise, you'd be in this zone here. This is purgatory. Useless chop. It's a C setup. Absolutely. It's useless job. We look at our real-time values, we got a 50-50 chance of this popping. Same deal here. We're missing RSI, and the A setup is green. Oops, unauthorized. What just happened to me? What happened? 1 second. Let me get unauthorized. Uh, Has that ever happened to you guys? Ah, okay, that's weird. All right, uh, here we go. We're in the trade. Now, my job, set my stop. Right. Now for my entry, 430525. If I get 430625, I protect my entry there. So there we go. We're right there. 40325. Right. So this isn't about making. So this isn't about making uh the most money. This is about making smart money, right? So we know where day highs are right here. Is that smart money? I'll go ahead and set that right there. Smart. 412. Done. That was it. That's all that was. Will it continue? Yeah, it continues. Cool. Right. It is what it is. Now, we see how it literally just moved to stop here. Now, because we have the 1.5 points here, once we get a candle break above, it's going to guide you to move your stop. Money bags made 3K. Well, damn, son. There you go. The guy, dope. Dope, dope, dope. So, I want to see if it actually moves. I haven't seen it move to 1.5 to 1. I'm trusting Hot Potato in saying that that's what it does when you add a half step increment. Could have made more. Who cares? Right? Who cares? Who cares? Think about this. Right? You could have made more. But if you didn't have this skill set, you would never made it to begin with. So appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. That's it. Great, babe. Great, babe. Just curious. Since coming down to Florida, since coming down to Florida, great, babe. Trading psychology improved. Trade performance improved. Let's go ahead and see them stats. Send them to me. I would love to see them. Share. Secure the bag. I love how you're streaming. Definitely been helping me a ton. I'm glad. 1000% great, babe. Great babe's gonna send him my way. I can't wait to see his stats. I'm excited. Whoa! Let me just tell you guys something. Great babe, before he came down to Florida, I mean, like, yeah, we celebrated his birthday. I got him fat with steak and lobster. Uh, let's see. We had a few drinks one night. Just yeah, just chill. Um, chicken Latin night. Great babe's eyes were this big, like, oh shit. You don't see him like this in Chicago. Whoa. Anyways, um, so, anyways, we were able to like really dig deep in his psychology and understand some of the metrics that he was using that he used to validate his performance as a trader, and it was just like all wrong, right? Um, but yeah, we had a lot of fun and we had some serious conversations. Serious conversations. And you could just see him. Like, he's literally sitting there, his head up to the sky. Like, wow, what the fuck? You, numbers are going. Everything was going. His life was changing right before his eyes. You guys ever chuckle because you're nervous or excited? Like, that was the kind of chuckle I was hearing from him. It was almost horrific, you know? It's just like, never trust a white man when they chuckle, okay? Um, but I'm like, okay, this man just lost his shit. Did he just lose his shit? But it was that epiphany happening. Fucking big light bulb happening. Oh man, that was fun. Yeah, we had to rework your head, sir. We had to rework your head. Fun. Moto, aren't you like Mexican or some shit? Aren't you? Say note to self. Don't show emotion in front of Gabe. No. Oh man. Hey, fucking around with you guys. But anyways, this stream has to end. Um money bags. No, his laugh was definitely like, he where he realized he fucked around and found out, but didn't pay the consequences of fucking around and finding out. It was almost like a Call of Duty respawn, and he was just so fucking happy he's got another shot at life. That's what that laugh was. No, I'll go. You're the one who does the serial killer laugh when you fucking behead your turkeys. Yeah. Did it ever make it to the crock pot, Algo? Anyways. All right. Money back. See you soon. Well, I'll include this in my channel on the Discord so you guys can recap. We want to go ahead and just make sure we give you the best product out there so we could just make bank and make money. All right, Moto, let me go make a coffee. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Peace.